Primera ronda del Abierto de Canadá 1990 en Montreal. Una Gaby que venía levantando muy positivamente su nivel, se enfrentaba a la estadounidense Katy Rinaldi, ex top 10 y siempre una jugadora de cuidado. Y tal como lo dije anteriormente, una Gaby que después de una floja primera mitad de temporada, lentamente comenzaba a remontar su tenis, sobre todo desde que en junio comenzaría a trabajar con el brasileño Carlos Kirmair, quien ya en Wimbledon fungía como su entrenador, y ya en ese Wimbledon se notó claramente un avance. Previo al inicio de la temporada sobre cemento, Gaby también había obtenido el título en el torneo de exhibición de Tokyo Gunse, mostrando también un buen nivel, y llegaba a este torneo como segunda preclasificada y poco a poco se asomaba a ese nivel sublime que en menos de un mes después la haría coronarse en el Abierto de los Estados Unidos. Cabe destacar que en este torneo, Gaby, además de haber obtenido el título en 1988, obtendría el título en dobles esta temporada junto a la estadounidense Betsy Nagelsen. Así que sin más, los invito a disfrutar de este muy buen triunfo de Gaby.
Outer courts here at the complex, and all of them are going to be very, very busy today. A full schedule of matches has been planned because of the rain we experienced on Tuesday so far, and it doesn't look like it's going to change. As you can see, conditions have been ideal today, and as we move our way back to center court, the warm-ups are just completed now between Gabriela Sabatini of Argentina and Kathy Rinaldi of the United States, and their second round match is just a few seconds from getting underway. Kathy Rinaldi is going to be serving in the near court to get things started. She's currently ranked 74th in the world. She was ranked as high as 7th back in May of 1986. She made it to the quarterfinals of the French Open that year. In 1985, she made it to the semifinals at Wimbledon. And she was voted as the 1989 Comeback Player of the Year on the WTA. Gabriela Sabatini, originally from Buenos Aires, Argentina, splits her time between Florida and Buenos Aires, currently ranked 4th in the world. She was as high as 3rd in November of '89.
Difficult match for Rinaldi because her one strength are her ground strokes. She's very strong off forehand and backhand, reasonably consistent. The problem is Sabatini does everything just a little bit better.
Strong. 15-13.
Players do not like to come up against someone who matches up well in the same area.
Double break point for Sabatini. Sabatini with the break in the first game of the first set. She leads Kathy Rinaldi 1-0. Live coverage of the Players Limited Challenge continues in a moment. And Rinaldi have met twice in the past, in 1988 at the Virginia Slims of Chicago in the round of 16. Sabatini was a winner, and again in 89 in Toronto. Sabatini again was a winner. Scores indicate they were one-sided victories. Sabatini's had great success at the Players in the last 2 years. Made it to the semifinals last year. Lost to Sanchez Vicario, and she won it 2 years ago. Here.
It's a little bit of a concern when here's Gabriela Sabatini, who's been on the tour now for about 5 years, and she's a semi-veteran, and Kathy Rinaldi, who's been on the tour for 9 years, is one of the veterans. Kathy Rinaldi was the youngest ever to turn pro in 1981, about in Mahwah, New Jersey, tournament there in August of '81.
It's hard to believe that a 21-year-old or a 23-year-old and a 20-year-old would be considered tour veterans.
I know.
Forehand by Rinaldi keeps the ball in play, but she got out of position, and Sabatini was there for the winner, 40-15.
But Rinaldi has to come in. The one problem for her is that she's not a natural volleyer. Look where she stayed on the service line, did not close in to cut down the angle, because Sabatini could not lob off this shot very easily. It would have been very difficult for her to get a successful lob, so you have to close. But that's not a normal part of Rinaldi's game.
Ball goes long. Sabatini holds serve to lead 2-0 in the first set. Join us for the TSN Turning Point after this match. Today it's brought to you by Firestone. Topspin off that backhand. What an angle. About 15.
Gabriela's always been known for her topspin backhand. Instead of just driving it forward, what she's doing now is she's figuring out how to open up the court even further than what she was capable of doing. A lot has to do with her new coach, Carlos Kiermaier.
15 all, good points. for Kathy Rinaldi.
15 all. Short hands. 30-15. Premier service. First serve. Carol hands. 40-15. Carol control.
40-30.
40-30.
Sabatini's a tough player for Rinaldi to play because she loops the ball with excess of topspin. Rinaldi has a little bit of topspin, but what basically she tends to do is drive the ball. So it's tough for her to constantly be playing balls shoulder height or above.
Volley to the net, deuce.
I've often felt that Kathy Rinaldi, had she invested when she was younger, 16, 17 years of age, in a better serve and volley game, probably would have done even further. Notice there on her serve, she has somewhat of a locked wrist because she puts the ball up against the strings rather than allowing her wrist to be completely loose.
Avantage, advantage, Sabatini.
Sabatini now with a second break opportunity. She's up a break already in this match.
You see the ball go against the strings. There it is again. So her wrist is locked in that initial position. When you lock your wrist, it means you don't have the ability to hit all the different types of serves and stay loose during the service motion.
Should gain Sabatini.
Gabriela Sabatini has taken advantage of two break opportunities, and she is up a pair of service breaks on Kathy Rinaldi, leading 3-love first set.
Welcome back to the Jerry Tennis Stadium in Montreal. This is court one action.
Love 3.
Paulus against Phelps. Barbara Paulus from Austria, Terry Phelps from New York. Phelps won the first set 7-6 in the tiebreaker, winning the tiebreaker 7-4. And then Barbara Paulus came back to win the second set 6-4. We're now playing in the first game of the third set.
Terry Phelps serving in the far court. Barbara Paulus, the number 8 seed in this tournament. Back to center court we go. Gabriela Sabatini now serving in the far court. 15-love, fourth game, first set. 15 years. Back in 1987, after the French Open, Kathy Rinaldi was walking down a staircase. She slipped and fell and broke her right thumb. Knocked her out of tennis for the rest of that year, and she's been fighting to come back ever since. And if you've ever had a sprain on your hand or a broken finger or a broken thumb, you know how debilitating that injury is, especially if you're a right-handed professional tennis player. Down the line for the winner, 40-30.
Good point for Kathy Rinaldi because she stayed right with Sabatini. She didn't have to do as much movement as she did the first 3 games, and I think that's important, that if she can force Sabatini to do a little bit more running.
Premier service, first serve.
Surprise, surprise. Gabriela Sabatini comes to the nets to win the game and lead 4-0 in this first set. Very exciting lower quarter of this draw. This bracket has a potential quarterfinal matchup of Gabriela Sabatini and Jennifer Capriati, one of the bright young players, one of the many bright young players on the women's tour. 14 years old. She's in action today. Rinaldi down a pair of breaks to serve.
Gabriela Sabatini is the most sought-after player for endorsements on the women's tour. Now has a perfume named after her, marketed in Europe. Gabriela Sabatini.
Premier service, first serve.
Carlos Kiermaier, as Sabatini's coach, has really helped her out with is not the obsession of having to hit the ball hard all the time. We saw in that last point where she took the pace off the ball, even though she hit it topspin. Good shot to learn to hit slow topspin.
Another break opportunity for Sabatini. She's already up a pair of breaks.
And Kathy's frustrated here, but this is goes back a number of years ago where she was such a good player from the baseline that she didn't need to learn to serve and volley. Now the game's changed. She's part of the new era, trying to make a decent comeback. You need more weapons.
And very quickly, Gabriela Sabatini pouncing on her break opportunity. She now leads 5-0 in this first set. We'll be back. Brilliant sunshine, very low humidity. Racing center courts at the Jerry Tennis Stadium here in Montreal. As the Players Limited Challenge continues, second round play. Gabriela Sabatini against Kathy Rinaldi. It's been all Sabatini in this first set. She's now ready to serve in the near court. Long run for Kathy Rinaldi.
Gentleman with the white baseball cap there is Carlos Kiermaier, Sabatini's new coach. Done a great job for her. We got an indication of what he's teaching Gabriela. Talk more about the development shortly. Gabriela winning 100% of the points when she gets her first serve in so far. This is impressive, Jim, because we've watched Gabriela for 3 years now stay pretty much at the same level. Maybe gotten a little stronger, a little fitter, but now she's gotten a lot smarter. She's using the court. That's what I always felt when she was younger she could have learned to do, but it's going to make a big difference. She's a lot tougher opponent now.
Boy, I'll tell you, that first set was very impressive for Gabriela Sabatini. She owned Kathy Rinaldi. 3 breaks. Rinaldi unable to hold service. And she takes it easily, 6-love. Rinaldi starts off the second set serve.
Kathy's new coach. She's had a lot of coaches over the years. Ulf is from Munich, West Germany. Is also her hitting partner. Whatever Kathy Rinaldi is attempting to do here today, Gabriela is doing it one better. Gabriela was forced come up with the passing shot.
Here's been a struggle for Kathy Rinaldi. She hasn't made it past the round of 16 in any tournament. In Brisbane, she lost out to Brenda Schultz in the round of 16. U.S. hardcourt, she lost to Carrie Cunningham, and at the Bosch and Lam, she lost to Arantxa Sanchez Vicario.
Actually, Jim, when Kathy won her first-round match yesterday, that was the first match she had won since April the 11th. She beat Donna Faber in the Bausch and Lomb tournament. So to go 3 months without even winning one match, not so good on your overall confidence.
40-30.
And then to come out here today and get matched up against someone who is playing very, very well. This is the biggest leap I've seen Gabriela take since the first year and a half when she sprung onto the tour. And I think her last coach, Angel Jimenez, was good for her. He just didn't get her to that next level soon enough.
Kathy Rinaldi holding serve in the second set, leading Gabriela Sabatini 1-0. It was all Sabatini in the first. We'll be back.
Big serving match. Obviously, they're not getting a high percentage of first serves in, but what we have to look at there is the unforced errors. That is a phenomenal match. I don't care who you are, who you're playing. If you can only make one unforced error in a set, you're going to win it. 12 for Kathy Rinaldi. Not bad. She's going to need to do better if she will plan on winning this second set.
Let's go over to court one, Chris.
Thank you, Jim. Serving in the far court, Terry Phelps leading 40-30 against Barbara Paulus. And Phelps wins the game. She goes up, whether she is now trailing 3-2 in the third and deciding set of this match. Paulus had the bye in the first round. Phelps defeated Maria Strandlund. Paulus is playing in her second Players Limited Challenge. She advanced to the third round last year, lost out to Gabriela Sabatini, who we're watching on court, on center court. Phelps has played here all but 1 year. That was 1987. For the past 8 years, she started in 1983 at the Players Limited Challenge, reaching the quarterfinals in 84 and 88. So it is now 3-2. Paulus leading Phelps in the third set. Back to center court.
Seeds are having trouble today, except for this one. Sabatini, the number 2 seed, leading Rinaldi. It's 15-love, second game, second set.
If you're Kathy Rinaldi, what do you do against Gabriela Sabatini?
Shoot her.
She just doesn't have any weapon to hurt her. All that Kathy Rinaldi can do is stay out there from the baseline and hope that Sabatini's going to make mistakes, and that just doesn't happen too often. So Kathy's in a very difficult position here. Now, Sabatini does have the occasional lapses, and Rinaldi could possibly sneak in there with a few games. But in order to stay long-term in this match, Kathy's going to, as I said at the beginning, have to have some little bit of luck and a lot of intensity.
Longest rally of the match goes in favor of Sabatini.
Take a look at Gabriela Sabatini here. She takes the short ball. She hits a backspin approach shot. For so many years, she used to come in, take that ball low, and try to drive a heavy topspin backhand. Gave her time there to get in position for the volley. Big difference for her.
Gabriela Sabatini holding serve in the second set to tie 1 games all. We talked about the struggle that Kathy Rinaldi has had this year. It's been a pretty good year for Sabatini, and with this tournament, her earnings will put her over the $250,000 earning mark. She has a victory at the Virginia Slims of Florida. It was a tough tournament for her then, where she won the final over Jennifer Capriati in straight sets. Mary Jo Fernandez was a loser to her in the semifinals. She also played Itsuko Inui, Rafaela Reggi, and Dinky Van Rensburg. Barbara Paulus now leads Terry Phelps. It's 4-2 on court 1 in the third and final set.
There's the ball on the strings again, locking that wrist.
Forehand down the line, ties it at 15 all. Third game, second set. Double break point for Sabatini.
This is where it's difficult for Kathy Rinaldi. Here she is. She realizes she has to change her game plan. What she's doing now is not working. But where does she go? What does she do? She doesn't have the overall repertoire of strokes to make those necessary changes. Any young player out there watching the match, hoping to play professional tennis someday, here's a good example of the importance of building.
Gabriela Sabatini has taken advantage of every break opportunity that she has had. She's had 4, and she's won 4 of them, and she leads 2 games to 1.
Welcome back to Court 1 here at the Jerry Tennis Stadium. We are at deuce. Barbara Paulus and Terry Phelps. Phelps in the near court. And Phelps has the advantage now. 4-2 in this third and deciding set. Phelps winning the first one in the tiebreaker, 7-4 in the tiebreaker. Paulus came back to win the second set, 6-4. This is Phelps serving.
Terry Phelps winning that game. Does Terry Phelps have the kind of game? Obviously, she's been giving her trouble now. Is she normally the type of player to give Barbara Paulus fits?
Yes, she does, because she can apply pressure at the net. Barbara Paulus is having a marvelous year, and but you can't stay back at the baseline and hope to win against her. You have to mix things up. Terry is capable of doing that.
Center court, Rinaldi in the far court against Gabriela Sabatini. Now 30.
Kathy Rinaldi, you can get an indication of why she is a was a top 10 player in the world. You get to see Jill Hetherington and her mom. Jill sure wishes she could have won last night and still be part of a tournament here from as far as the singles draw is concerned.
That was a marvelous match that she played last night. It was unfortunate that she had to lose to Belinda Cordwell. Cordwell played well also. 15-30.
There's a reason Jennifer Capriati is watching this match. She's there sitting with her hitting partner Richard Asprey of the Bahamas. Jennifer plays the next match, but if she were to win a couple of rounds, she will be playing Gabriela Sabatini, assuming Sabatini makes it through. And since Jennifer's lost twice to Sabatini now, sure she'd like to change that around on her third attempt.
30-40, and the first break opportunity of the afternoon for Kathy Rinaldi.
Well, Kathy is doing things correctly. You can see how much Sabatini had to run. However, the volley did not have much zip on it. Sabatini showing a little disgust with herself there because she knew that she had the passing shot.
Kathy Rinaldi breaks Sabatini back to get back on serve. We are now tied at 2 games all in the second set.
You can't see him very well there, but the baseball cap, Adidas baseball cap, Carlos Kiermaier, just behind the gentleman with the red suspenders. Carlos is from Sao Paulo, Brazil, coaching his next-door neighbor, Gabriela Sabatini from Argentina. Kiermaier spent 17 years on the men's tour. This is a big plus for someone like Sabatini to be able to develop some new additions to her game. Well, this is kind of what Rinaldi needs. She needs Sabatini to make a few of those unforced errors, to maybe get a little sloppy, and then up her own winners. Maybe she can hit the ball a little bit harder, a little bit more daring than she has been.
Forehand goes wide.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of Sabatini power left inside of her. This was a pretty good opportunity. She's coming in. All she really had to do was just chip the ball to the corner. 'Cause to take a ball that low and try to roll it into the court, low percentage. Smartest point of the match for Kathy Rinaldi. Took the pace off the ball, worked the side tee effectively, so she got Sabatini outside the court. Starting to see a little life from Rinaldi.
Just caught the line. She holds serve and leads 3-2. Kathy Rinaldi gaining a little momentum. We'll be back after this. Sitting here on Monday afternoon when it was 800 degrees Fahrenheit and we were frying eggs on center court, it was very difficult to look at that pool because it is directly across from our location here on center court. It's a little difficult watching it today as well because it really is a beautiful day in Montreal. But we're here for tennis. We're here to take care of business. Bit of a shift in momentum in this match between Gabriela Sabatini and Kathy Rinaldi. It was all Sabatini in the first set, winning 6-love. Rinaldi obviously did not win a single service game. She was broken early in the second set, but broke back. Court 1, Terry Phelps, Barbara Paulus, match point. Goes into the net, and we're at deuce. Paulus is leading 5-3 in that third and final set. Phelps winning the first set 7-6. It was Paulus in the second set 6-4. Advantage Phelps. Paulus is staying very deep, way behind the baseline.
Well, she's a clay court player from Austria. Most of the Europeans, when they come to hard courts, play much too deep.
And Terry Phelps stays close. She now trails 5-4 after fighting off match point to Barbara Paulus. Back to center court we go. Gabriela Sabatini and Kathy Rinaldi embroiled in a long rally in this point. All.
To Rinaldi's credit, she stuck with this. Completely outclassed that first set. Yes, Sabatini's drop shot was much too short, but I like the way Rinaldi now is starting to stay fairly contained. She's not expending so much energy running wide. Yelling at herself what a short return it was, because this is I'm still surprised at Sabatini that she's not been able to hit her serve harder. It's pretty much of a powder puff serve, considering how strong she is and how hard she hits her ground strokes. There's not much zip on it.
Gabriela Sabatini holding serve after a break. Both players back on serve. 3 games all, second set.
I mentioned last night about I didn't understand why more women don't hit drop shots, because it's such an effective shot to use in the women's game. That's the second shot that needs to be used more often, particularly if you're getting involved with someone who hits the ball with fairly good clearance over the net. Great opportunity to step in, hit the approach volley.
First sign of real frustration from Kathy Rinaldi.
It is difficult for her because she's played enough tennis. She's been on the tour now for 9 years. She's seen the shots. Sure, her coach is struggling along with her on that volley, but she never got a mechanically sound volley, even in practice.
Triple break point.
Now both players attempting to come to the net. Sabatini been much more successful up there. Let's see Sabatini's, look at her backhand grip.
I think Sabatini thought that ball was long.
With Sabatini's backhand grip on the return of serve, many of the women have figured out that you want to hit a slice serve to the forehand and a little more often than normal, and you'll get a percentage of short returns like that one. The majority of players get set to return serve with a forehand grip.
She has the break and a 4-3 lead in this second set. Let's go to court one. Match points. Barbara Paulus, Terry Phelps, 40 love. Terry Phelps in the near court. And there it was. Barbara Paulus, a three-set winner over Terry Phelps in second-round play, winning 6-7, 6-4, 6-4. Paulus, the 8th seed, now advances to face Naoko Sawamatsu. Let's go to Chris Sedens. Chris?
Thank you, Jim. And Barbara, a hard-fought match. You lost that first set, but came back to win the next two.
Yes, it was a very tough match. I lost the first set in the tiebreak, but in the second set I was leading 3-1 and I played a little bit better. But then I lost concentration and Terry came again and she was leading 4-3. But then I concentrated very well and I won the second set. And in the third set it was very tough again. I was leading 4-2 and 40-15. I lost the game, but then I made it.
Possibly the turning point in this game, I think, was the 8th game in the third set. Phelps could have tied it at 4, but she lost it and you went up 5-3.
Yes, it was very tough at this point, but, well, in tennis everything is possible. And I was lucky in the second set and I made it.
Both of you stuck to the baseline.
Yes, it was, we played on the baseline. We didn't play very many volleys, but maybe I improved it. I tried to improve my play on the net and I'm practicing and I hope that in the next matches I can play more on the net.
Tell me about your year so far. I know you had to take some time off for school.
Yes, I played in Australia until the end of January. And then I made a break because I finished school and my first tournament was in Geneva. It was in, I think, in May. Yeah, May. And then I didn't play in Paris because I had more exams in school. And then my first tournament again was in Eastbourne and Wimbledon. And this is my first long trip this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Barbara Paulus, winner here on court 1. Let's go back to center court and Jim Van Horn.
Love 15. Sabatini serving in the near court. 30. 8th game, second set. Sabatini leading 4-3 and up a break.
Hands drop. 15-30.
Good wide serve by Sabatini.
It wasn't fast, but it was accurate. Rinaldi having to go outside the doubles line.
Frustration.
Great percentage. 10 for 10. Sabatini, Rinaldi 4 for 14. Had the opportunities, but has not been able to volley well. Sabatini, on the other hand, has been a little more selective.
Cannot drop. 40-30.
What's helped Sabatini here today have such a good day volleying at the net has been her approach shots.
Deuce.
Advantage 17.
up love 30 in this game, but Gabriela Sabatini has fought back to hold serve and now leads 5-3 in this second set. She's up a break and one game away from advancing to the third round.
Even though she missed on that shot, that's the correct play. The approach shot's going down the lines, not too fast, so that she can get positioned for the volley. First point, she's missed up at the net.
Strong count, 30-15.
Rinaldi's, she just can't miss those shots. I mean, here Sabatini completely hits her backhand. She's got a short setup. She comes in, pounds the ball along.
She's been squandering her points, her opportunities.
She has. I think she had a decent second set here and could very easily have been ahead or at least pretty close and forced this to a longer match, but it just wasn't a day for her.
And we now have match point for Gabriela Sabatini.
Rinaldi's coach hopefully has observed some of the things that need to be worked on here. Help Kathy with her comeback.
Non-challenge, advantage Sabatini.
Another match point for Sabatini.
For Rinaldi, there are really two comebacks. One was last year, just when she did win the WTA Comeback Player of the Year. It was a chance to just get some confidence back and play a few good matches. Now her comeback is really to try to get her world ranking up. See if she can't get back and where she wants to be top 20. I think top 10 maybe a little unrealistic with all the young players on board now.
And Kathy Rinaldi, as much trouble as she had throughout the course of this match coming into the nets, puts the volley into the nets, and it wraps up in straight sets. Kathy Rinaldi losing to Gabriela Sabatini 6-love and 6-3 in the second round of the Players Limited Challenge. Really a match that was dominated by Sabatini, but again, Rinaldi unable to take advantage of the opportunities that she had.
Yeah, Jim, for Rinaldi, it was a tough one. She just could never get on track. She had just a couple of good points. She doesn't have the physical tools at this point, and I feel sorry for her. She's a nice girl who has got a big decision ahead of her now. Does she want to stay on the professional tour? Can she stay on the professional tour? If so, is she willing to pay the price? Gabriela Sabatini, on the other hand, great match for her today. This is the biggest step I've seen her take in her career. Full credits to Carlos Kiermaier in helping her make that change.
Sabatini straight set winner over Kathy Rinaldi of the States. Our coverage of the Players Limited Challenge continues. Player in the lower bracket of this draw to get through to the third round with a straight set win over Kathy Rinaldi. She's standing by with Chris Sedens. Chris?
Thanks very much, Jim. Gabriela, you really control this match. Tell me, do you expect much more of a test from a veteran like Kathy Rinaldi?
Well, I think it was a very good match. It was tougher than I played her last time, and I played very, very well the first set, and the second she played really well. She started hitting those loves very deep, and then, it was hard to hit them, but I played better, I think, on the important points.
You've been working with your new coach on your serve lately. Were you happy with your serve today?
Yeah, I've been very happy with my serve. I think it's more strong, and today I hit many first serve.
Was it your plan to keep her baseline to baseline?
Well, no, I tried to come to the net when I had the chance, and on the important points I came to the net.
How are things working out with your new coach?
I think very well. Very happy with him. We've been working now for a few weeks, and well, we'll see what is going to happen, but I'm happy already.
What are the toughest conditions that you face? Do you enjoy playing on hard court?
Yeah, of course I enjoy it very much, and I think it's a very good surface for me.
Gabriela, thanks very much. Congratulations for your win.
Thank you.
Gabriela Sabatini, winner of her match this afternoon against Kathy Rinaldi. She'll advance to the next round. Now let's go back.
Que comenzaban a notarse pequeños y grandes progresos en el juego de Gaby a partir de la mitad de año, a partir de Wimbledon, cuando comienza a trabajar con el brasileño Carlos Kiermaier. Uno de los avances que se puede ver ya en este punto, mientras vemos ese toque sutil y magistral, es el movimiento, ese andar cansino de Gabriela. Se notaba como más, una Gaby como mucho más suelta. A pesar de su físico imponente, Gabriela lograba como una mayor movilidad, y esto sería una pieza clave en el triunfo en el US Open. Ahí las dos muy bien desde el fondo de la cancha. Y ese revés que fue fenomenal. punto bastante largo. Otra vez con un revés logra esta vez sacarla de la cancha y armar este punto que lo termina ganando genialmente. Un saque muy fuerte de Katy Rinaldi. Primero aplicándole mucha presión sobre el revés, ahí la trae a la red y con un fenomenal passing de revés gana este punto. Bueno, ahí la saca de la cancha y nuevamente esta vez con una muy buena derecha, Gaby dándose aliento, una imagen muy guerrera. Un saque que no fue muy potente, pero sí tuvo mucho efecto. Y nuevamente ganando la red. Una de las claves de esta nueva Gabriela era precisamente atacar más, ser más agresiva. Genial la volea. Este 1990 el torneo para las mujeres sale disputado en Montreal. Excelente el smash. Y Gaby que se acercaba cada vez más al triunfo.
Rinaldi as much trouble as she had throughout the course of this match coming into the nets. Puts the volley into the nets, and it wraps up in straight sets. Cathy Rinaldi losing to Gabriela Sabatini 6-love and 6-3 in the second round of the Players Limited Challenge. Really a match that was dominated by Sabatini, but again, Rinaldi unable to take advantage of the opportunities that she had.